Hey guys, it is the Bookworm21 with another book review for you. This one is about Meg Cabot's latest book, and it's called Insatiable. So, that's her on the back right here. Pretty, isn't she? Okay. Well, this book is not your typical vampire book. We're focusing on a girl named Mina Harper, and she lives in present-day New York, and she's a dialogue writer for a soap opera called Insatiable. And right now they're getting kind of killed in the ratings by another competing soap opera. And so what happens is her supervisor, this really snotty girl, decides to go vampire. They're gonna go like all the other shows, you know, Twilight, True Blood, Vampire Diaries, and they're gonna become a vampire-themed soap opera. So Mina has to start writing vampire books or vampire dialogue for the show. And what happens is Mina really hates vampires. She's sick of it, she's tired of it, it's overdone. She wants to just do her regular job. Well, there's nothing really regular about Mina, because what you don't know about Mina is she can see people's futures. Mostly about how they're gonna die. And it's not usually something fun and pretty. So she's going around town and she does her thing, and she's seeing, you know, everyone she meets, she figures this person's gonna go this way and that way and that way. So she meets this guy and she falls in love with him. And he's kind of an older gentleman, not super creepy older gentleman, but, you know, late 30s, let's say. And I get from the story, she's probably in her late 20s, early 30s, maybe. Very early 30s. There's nothing sexual in this book, so don't even think it goes there. But, what happens is, they fall in love, and sooner or later throughout the story, she realizes that he's a vampire. Of course, right? Well, it goes a little deeper than that. His brother is a vampire, of course, and her neighbors are vampires. And that snotty girl that we were talking about a minute ago, yeah, she's a vampire too. An anorexic vampire? I mean, what's that about, but okay. Well, while this is all going on, this guy from the Vatican shows up, and he's like Buffy on steroids. So he's Mr. Slayer guy. And he kidnaps Mina and forces her to tell him about her vampire boyfriend. Well, she doesn't do that because she's in love with him. And also, he just bought her this really super expensive dragon purse that she's wanted. They keep mentioning this purse like it's some Ark of the Covenant throughout the whole freaking book. I mean, it's obviously not, but it's really important in the story, I guess. So she kind of falls in love with the Slayer guy too. So there's this whole which one do I go with kind of thing. And then there's this huge battle at the end. And the guy turns into a dragon, her vampire boyfriend. Because if you look on the cover page, right here, that dragon tattoo, because Dracula means dragon in Romanian. Or whatever language they speak in Romania. So, there's the book. I won't tell you how it ends, but it doesn't end the typical she goes with a vampire way. I'll just spoil the ending for you. She basically goes at the end to work with the Slayer guy for the Vatican. This book was confusing. I like Meg Cabot. If you've read Meg Cabot before, she is the girl that writes The Princess Diaries and all the girly, cutesy-pootsy fiction. And most of her books that are out there, I've read most of them, are very good. They are written for a younger teen audience, of course, but most of them are pretty cut to the point, plot-wise. The reason I didn't like this that much is because it jumped around. It was, from Mina's point of view, then her brother's point of view, the neighbor's point of view, the vampire guy's point of view, the vampire brother's guy's point of view, the slayer's point of view, then back to Mina, then back to her brother, then back to the neighbor. And it went on like that the whole book. And just when you got into it, it cut to this, and then it cut to that. It was like the movie Julie and Julia, if anyone ever seen that. You know, where just as you're getting into the Julia part, it goes to Julie. Then when you get into Julia part, it goes back and forth. I think it would have been a lot better and a lot easier to remember what's going on if they would have cut to one perspective and kept it there instead of jumping around. But all in all, it's a very good book, and it's interesting, and it's a different take on the vampire genre. Now, I have the 5th book in the True Blood series, and it is Dead as a Doornail by Charlaine Harris. Okay, so what happens is, at least I hope this is the 5th book. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, okay. No, actually, yes it is. Okay, good. Sorry, guys. Okay, here's the deal. Someone's going around shooting werewolves. And then they're shooting werepanthers. And Sookie has to discover who this is. And while she's doing this, her brother Jason is becoming a werepanther. And he's falling in love with Crystal Norris, who is the niece of the werepanthers leader. So Sookie has to worry about that. She's still broken up with Bill. Eric is trying to find out what happened in the last book because he had amnesia. He finally finds out that he and Sookie had sex, that he was in love with her, and he doesn't know how to take that. So, while this is all going on, Sookie gets herself deep into politics. And the werepanther leader and the werewolf leader start to fall in love with her. And you might realize what's going on, why if everybody fall in love with Sookie. Well, that becomes later on in the book, and of course in the series too. And then Sookie gets shot. But don't worry, just because her shoulder's grazed, it's no big deal. Well, they go to the werewolf pack meeting where they find out who the new leader will be, and it's not Alcide's dad because he gets killed by the new leader. The new leader is a real mean, power-hungry guy. So, after she gets out of the hospital from being shot, she finds out who the shooter is. And I don't want to spoil it, but let's just say it's always the guy you least expect because it's the person closest to home. So she finds out who it is, and that's the end of the story. Really good, funny. Really surprised how funny this one was. A quick read. I mean, it gets you in there, gets you out. I liked it, of course. So let me know if you did. And until then, keep reading because you know I will. Bye.